Romero, he's an awesome dude, he's on your PC. He likes to make reviews for the movies you see. And if you want to sub his channel, take it from me. It makes us all right to a big surprise and it probably hates you. Romero Movie News, 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 Romero Movie News.
Jackie Chan touched my wiener.
Hey there guys and gals, it's me Romero for RMN. Today I've got your review for Disney's Tomorrowland, the latest film from director Brad Bird, the director of The Iron Giant and The Incredibles.
A beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away. That says we're going places. There's progress ahead.
Yeah, you know, for a movie called Tomorrowland, it hardly takes place in Tomorrowland. Yeah, that's right, the movie that's constantly promoting this futuristic, amazing place of wonder and whimsy. Yeah, it hardly takes place there. I mean, yeah, sure, we get snippets of glimpses of it here and there throughout the film, but for most part, it's really more about getting to Tomorrowland than it is actually taking place in Tomorrowland. And that was kind of a bummer for me when I watched the movie. I was really expecting it to be this huge sci-fi futuristic Disney epic adventure, and it just turned out to be a adventure movie with some pretty interesting characters, and that's about it. And to be honest, that's more or less the trailer's fault, because honestly, when the trailers were released for this movie, it hardly gave away anything in the trailer, no pivotal moments from the film. It was really vague, and you really, as an audience member, had to build up in your head what this movie could be about. I like it when trailers do that, but at the same time, it was both a blessing and a curse when it came to Tomorrowland. Because when you saw the trailers, you built in your head this idea of what this movie could be like, and then when you finally see it, it's a bit of a downer. But all around, Tomorrowland is actually a delightful adventure movie. It's definitely not an epic film as I want it to be, but for what it's worth, it is fun. Though honestly, one of my few nitpicks in this movie is the fact that there's not enough Tomorrowland in it, as already made obvious, but also the character of Casey. Now, I'm not gonna lie, at the first start of this movie, her character is very annoying, and I mean blatantly annoying, to the point where I want to get a bat and hit her in the back of the head so that way she doesn't know how to say her words right. But as the movie progresses, you kind of get used to her character, and once they introduce the older Frank Walker, played by George Clooney, they kind of even each other out and she becomes less annoying and more bearable. And honestly, I like the dynamic between these two characters in the film. Frank Walker is kind of the negative realist who at the same time still wants to save the Earth from its own destruction, while Casey is the optimistic person and Earth lover who still feels Earth can change its ways. And they actually balance each other out really well through this film and have some nice dialogue exchange, which I fairly enjoyed and also found very good for character development. We also get introduced to this little girl android named Athena, who I gotta say was pretty badass and one of my favorite characters in the movie. If you thought Furiosa from Mad Max Fury Road was the badass female character of the year, I would say she's a close contender with Athena, because this little girl kicks some major ass in this movie. No joke, she totally did. And then there's the fact that she kind of has a crush on the older Frank Walker, and Frank Walker has a crush on her, and there's this whole thing about pedophilia, and I will get into it, but the point is, her character was awesome. And then of course you have Hugh Laurie, who only had a combined 7 minutes of screen time, so you kind of, I don't know, he's the villain, I guess. I think they screwed the pooch with him in this movie. He really hardly had any screen time, and you really, once he actually has it, you don't really know what to make of his character. He's a villain, but he also wants to save Tomorrowland, and it's really confusing. So yeah, Disney really screwed the pooch with that character. But all around, for what it was worth, Tomorrowland is a delightful movie. Sure, it's not the epic sci-fi I had in my head, but for what it's worth, it was a lot of fun, and I definitely will be picking this up on Blu-ray when it comes out, because let me tell you, the visuals were spectacular. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed my review for Tomorrowland. As always, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought of the movie. Did you like it? Did you love it? Or were you like me and you were kind of like towards the film? Anyways, as always, I've been Romero for RMN, and I've got your back, so you're on track. See you guys next time.